Now, until Trump came along, no president would combine his private business empire or interest, even shareholdings, with a public office. Even Jimmy Carter sort of divested his peanuts farm. But Trump is running a global business empire alongside the White House.
At this time every week, we check in with the Times columnist Fraser Nelson to talk through his column. Good afternoon, Fraser.
Hi, Cathy.
Well, of course, you've been writing about the Mandelson scandal this week. Tell us what you've concluded.
Well, I look more into the causes of the outrage, which is quite interesting. I mean, there's so many things wrong with Mandelson's scandal, but fundamentally, this is about somebody using his private position for private profit. Now, that is scandalous, but it's not exactly historic. This is happening world over, and there's no more egregious example than Donald Trump's America. Now, until Trump came along, no president would combine his private business empire or interest, even shareholdings, with a public office. Even Jimmy Carter sort of divested his peanuts farm. But Trump is running a global business empire alongside the White House all the time, mixing and blending private deals with public government policy. Now, the previous thought was, okay, voters don't mind this anymore. Look at Berlusconi in Italy. He ran most of the country's televisions, and he still managed to get re-elected twice. But I think we're now seeing, in the Mandelson outrage, voters saying they've had enough of the cronyism. And we can see this also in Europe. So I think this is a really important fight back with the wider implications.
And it's interesting, isn't it? Because this time last week, the Epstein files were just dropping online and we were sort of scrambling to remake our running order. And we were focusing very much on the mentions of Donald Trump in those files. And of course, he denies any wrongdoing, and a mention in the files doesn't constitute any wrongdoing. But it's interesting, isn't it, how this scandal has really erupted this side of the Atlantic, has caused far more problems for the Prime Minister than it has for Donald Trump. Why do you think that is?
Well, partly because it's all baked in. I mean, the thing about Mandelson was he concealed what he was doing very effectively. Donald Trump doesn't conceal what he's doing. He did recently a $500 million from investment from the Emiratis for one of his personal crypto ventures before a deal which was very favourable to the Emirati government. So that's all kind of in plain sight. And the implication being that voters don't mind. But if you look at the American opinion polls, I think they do. Orban in Hungary, he's done the same thing. His family have been vastly enriched by his time in office. And it now seems even in Hungary, they might be getting ready to throw Orban out. So I think the reaction against Mandelson is it echoes European and American voters saying they're fed up with the venality. But yes, they know what Trump is doing. They know what he's up to. It doesn't surprise anybody. But the idea that he can get away with it, I think, is becoming harder to sustain democratically.
Fraser Nelson, thank you very much for joining us. And of course, Fraser's column is online now on the Times website and wherever you get your Times. Tomorrow, tonight, whenever you want to read it, it's going to be a must read. Thanks, Fraser.